Okay, I'm going to do a run through now on the Ponsness Warren 900 Size-O-Matic. What I'm going to do is do a full cycle here so you can get a tutorial of the process. I'm reloading 28 gauge hulls, AA. We got our powder, we got our shot, and we'll start through the process. So first step is loading a shell into the shell holder. I got all of our primers lined up here, ready to go. So I'm going to first go up. Now, one thing I will point out here is sometimes what you can run into is when the shell comes up, it can get bent in. And if you don't recognize this right away, it can really jam up the process for you. So I always have pliers handy just to make sure that I open up the shell nice and clean, because sometimes it comes through, for whatever reason, it just doesn't hit right and will bend. So, all right, so let's keep it going here. Next step is going to be for the primer. So we just knocked out the old primer, and we don't want to forget to put a new shell in, right? Got to keep the whole cycle going. So I'm going to engage now. Let me make sure that the primer, I just started over again here, so I just want to make sure it connects right. So we got the primer set there. We got the new shell came up here, and we're going to rotate to the next station. Now, with the next station, we want to make sure that we turn the powder on. And back there, powder dropped. Again, primer is being ejected. New primer set. New shell. Keep it in. And we'll come back up. Now, we need to drop in a wad into the wad holder. Don't have to push it down, just set it in. And we're going to continue the process. Don't forget, another shell. And then we'll come down, another wad. And now I'm going to turn on the shot so we can drop shot into the empty shell. So we'll all the way up. Don't forget to go all the way up here. And then we will rotate to the next cycle. And we hit an error here, so we're going to stop. Okay, so I was working through there. Something happened where the wad was not dropping into the shell, so I paused. What happened was the shell got dented over, so the wad wasn't dropping in. So again, not a typical thing, but I had the pliers, and when I put the bar into the neutral spot, you can actually rotate the shells around here. So I got it set now back to be in position to receive the wad. And ready to go. So just one of those things where having pliers there and being able to stop your process, catch it, and then start it back up is going to be key here. So now we're going to go ahead and continue on. Drop shot in, drop powder in here, drop the wad in, eject the primer, another shell. Go up. Shell looks good here, nice and clean. Got to put a wad in. And we'll continue the process. Shell. All the way up. Shell looks good here. Put in a wad. And back down. Another shell. Up. Shell looks good, not dented. Put in a wad. And go back down, all the way down. All the way up. Right? I forgot to put in a shell. So there's another, that's one of those things you got to be careful of, that you're doing it the right way. But you can see the shells are coming out nice and clean. Hopefully that helps people. I had the mental lapse there, just like that, obviously, forgetting to put a shell in. So I'm going to stop the process and rotate it through to catch it back where it was. But hopefully this helped everybody kind of getting into it and getting going.